Hey guys, it's Jess, and I think this TBR is going to work for me. I seem to respond well to guidelines. I have already finished the first book on my December TBR, which is Between by Jessica Warman. I went ahead and returned the book to the library this morning, so I don't have the physical cover to show you, but let me go ahead and show you a picture of it now. So this is the cover, and it's kind of cool. I like the obviously she's in limbo kind of thing, but I think it was Amanda Pearl Two Books who mentioned that you can't see her feet in this cover, and now that I've been made aware of that, that's all I see when I look at this cover. So let me give you a quick plot synopsis. Many of you have probably already seen my December TBR, so you know the shocking beginning of this book. But for those of you who haven't seen that video yet, let me go ahead and re-summarize. This book is about a girl named Elizabeth, and Elizabeth and her friends are on her parents' boat, and it's the morning after her 18th birthday party. And she wakes up because there's this strange bumping sound. Something is hitting the side of the boat, and no one else is awake. So she goes and checks it out herself, and it turns out that it is her own dead body that is making the sound, which is freaky. And almost immediately, she meets this guy named Alex, and Alex actually passed away a year before that. And they know each other. They actually went to high school together, but they did not travel in the same circles at all. Elizabeth was one of the popular girls, and Alex was an outcast. So they don't really like each other. They're pretty at odds when they first meet, but they kind of need each other because they're trying to figure out, how and why they were killed. So that's basically what the book is about, is the two of them coming to that conclusion. So this book really surprised me. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. One of the things I loved most about it is this is, a mystery book, and I'm one of those annoying people that once I know there's a mystery, I, really try to figure it out, which I think most of us probably do that, but I guess I do it in excess because I tend to sort of figure it out before it's time. I can think of a number of books in which that's happened with YA, and then it was really hard to enjoy the rest of the book because it just, it was all about just waiting for that to happen. And I was really pleasantly surprised that this book had some predictable moments, but even though I might have figured out some things on my own, how it was revealed was really different than what I thought. And even then, there were still some twists and turns that I hadn't even thought of. So I loved that, I was engaged the whole time, and I was still waiting to find out ultimately what was going to happen. I actually got goosebumps like twice while reading this book, which is always a good sign. So I really loved how the author took time to really figure out those twists and turns so that you wouldn't ultimately know what was going to happen. Another thing that I really loved about the book is, in YA, authors tend to sometimes take the road well traveled. There are certain cliches that they just naturally fall into. And I have to say, I was really impressed because this author was really original. She tended to go the opposite way when those cliches came up, and I was just really glad to see that. I was glad to see someone go, you know what, I could go that way because a YA novel would, but I'm going to go the other way instead. So I really liked that. I thought that it made the book fresh and different. I also really enjoyed how the author handled the characters. I liked the characters for the most part, but they were also very real people. So they were likable and unlikable, and there was no one who was put up on a pedestal. This is our protagonist. We love our protagonist. Our protagonist could be a real bitch. And even some of the other more sentimental characters, they could be awful too. So it sort of leveled the playing field. There wasn't a perfect person. Everybody had foibles, everybody has flaws, And, that's true to life. So it made the characters multidimensional, they were complex, and you related to them because they didn't always do the right thing, they didn't say the right thing. They were flawed people. So I thought that that made them, that much more interesting to watch interact. So this book will not be for everybody, but if you're in the mood for something new and different, and I think Between by Jessica Warman is a good one to check out. I gave it 4 stars. It was different. It was not what I expected, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good book. So this was my review for Between by Jessica Warman. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.